welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday out there. Everybody in Island Girl Land. Is Leon in the, because I don't see him in the screen.
I need to move over?
Yeah, you need to move over, partner. Okay. Welcome to Smoke and Sport Live here live at Island Girl Gate Parkway, 7860 Gate Parkway here on the beautiful south side of Jacksonville, Florida. We're so excited to bring you our 13th episode on this evening. How about it, everybody?
Woo-hoo! Yay, yay.
Yay. Listen, if you're not here live, you are missing such a treat because we have our fun and excited live studio audience. They come and support us every other Thursday, and we're so excited and happy and so grateful. We think it because they thought it not robbery to come out and support us every other Thursday. Correct, partner? Leon Thursday.
Yeah. I'm over here trying to get myself.
Into it, Leon Thursday.
I'm trying to get myself on Instagram Live. You done made me a fiend of this.
I know, right? And first of all, you need to get yourself in the screen because it looks like you're a little bit out of the picture frame here. So
Well, how my
get
big
close.
how my big ass is not in the screen?
Get look close.
All right, there we go. We good?
Very good.
All right, let's do it.
We're good now. My business partner and our production manager, production owner, production everything, who is in the back of the screen, front of the screen, side of the screen, Antoninus Fields. Y'all give him a hand because he do such an awesome job every Thursday.
All right.
We could not do this without him. He make us look so good. So good. Even though I look good. But make me look real good. But anyway, we're so delighted to have you all out to join us on this evening. We have a very wonderful and amazing and very informative guest with us on tonight, Mr. Doctor. I say Mr. Doctor. Dr. Wesley Mills. We're so excited to have him out with us on this evening. He's going to give us some great information and just tell us a little bit about what he's doing in the community and how he came to be in his profession. So we're so excited to have him on this evening. Just real quick, I want to just give out some thanks, first of all, to Cindy Day, who is the general manager of Island Girl Gate Parkway here at this Island Girl. She is so supportive of our broadcast, and she just helps get us all prepared, and she's just a lovely person. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? She's a part of our vision.
Yes.
You remember where we were?
Oh yeah, when we
About
started.
6 months ago, we were over on the other side of Island Girl.
Little piece.
And we, you know what? We took it out of the universe.
That's right.
All right.
And she helped bring this into fruition.
Yeah, she
and we're
did.
so excited. So everybody give Cindy Day a hand. Cindy Day, Island Girl Gate Parkway. And you know what? The wait staff here is wonderful too. Brian, Carly, David. I think there's someone new here by the name of Kim. Is that her name? I believe so. Is her name Kim? Anyway, y'all help me out. But anyway, we're so grateful to all the staff here for making this a very warm and inviting event that we do here every other Thursday. So let me first of all say that we do not own rights to any of the music that is played during this broadcast. All the opinions expressed here on the Smoke and Score Live podcast with Leon and Tracy are expressly used for just this broadcast. All the opinions of our guests and any content therein does not necessarily represent any opinions or agreements. Opinions? I can't even go tonight. What's going on? Or agree to our broadcast content or who we are affiliated. So I just had to get that out there to make sure we're good on that.
Because we don't want no legal issues.
We don't want no problem.
All right, we don't want no problem.
We do have an attorney
All right.
here on our
And we
behalf.
do. And squad. Yes, we do.
Assistance.
Yeah.
We can get that.
Okay.
So, Leon, real quick, we have some events coming up that we might just want to throw out there real quick. We have tomorrow night our Cigars for Troops event that will be going on here at Island Girl Gate Parkway. And it is for the troops. We want to honor and pay much support and homage to our troops who are fighting for our freedoms each and every day, each and every hour, second, minute, whatever. So we just want to say thanks to them by having an event for them. You come in and buy a cigar, buy 2 cigars. 1 cigar will be donated to our local troops who are fighting overseas, and then 1 will go to you, of course. All right.
And the one thing I notice about guys who are in the military, although I know that there are a lot of worthwhile organizations that send like food. I can't talk like you rubbing off on me. There's a lot of worthwhile organizations that go out there and they send the troops, they send the food, they send the supplies, they send them stuff that keeps their mind of what they're going through right now. But you know, both of us being in the cigar business, we figured this that the one thing the one asset that we can bring to the table is something that we're both in the business of.
Right.
We're in the
That's
business of
the
cigars.
comfort of
It's a kind of, and I don't know. I've been around military guys, and they love smoking cigars.
Oh yeah.
You know, they love smoking
Oh,
cigars
yes. Oh,
with a
yes.
nice little Scotch drink, whiskey, whatever goes with it. It keeps in mind of what they're going through,
Absolutely.
and they go through a lot.
They do, and it just brings them a sense of home, a sense of comfort. Sit down, they can smoke a good stogie. It'd be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be very, very nice. So we want you all to come out. It'll start tomorrow evening, I believe about 7 p.m. And you can come out. Ultimate CEO Cigars, which is my brand, my business partner Antonin Fields and myself, and then Leon Cersei will have his All Pro Series cigars and his other blends available as well for purchase. We will have a deal tomorrow for Ultimate CEO. If you buy a 6-pack of cigars, 6 cigars that is, you will get one of our illustrious, beautiful. Can get into that, Dr. Mills. Can you get into it, sir? Can you get into it?
I see you.
CEO brand shirt.
You got a size 3 extra large tall over there?
I got you.
Because I ain't gonna be
I
able to
got
fit.
you.
That's like a
I
bathing
can put
towel.
2 together. I can put 2
So
together.
2
Make
together?
you one.
All right, that's what you're gonna need.
Right.
Baby T.
'Cause that's a swimsuit for me.
Exactly. Oh, very good. And then we have our cigar brands. I don't know if I can reach one. Very good. Here we go. So, COVID-19 is going on, and we want to respect that. So we have our great cigar brands. Get into it.
I see it. I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
Hand carved Ultimate CEO. So you can sit that down instead of sitting your cigar in. Not that Island Girl is very proficient on keeping their things very clean. But however, you can carry this and travel this with you
like
in your
that.
humidor travel. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your deal again with Ultimate CEO? So if you're it's called Cigars for Troops.
Yes.
All right, here Island Gold at 7 p.m. tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. So if someone comes in, they buy 3 cigars and they donate 1 to the military.
Yes.
What do they offer? You're offering them the holder, the
That's
cup,
if they buy a 6-pack.
a 6-pack
A
of cigars.
6-pack of cigars.
Okay.
You can get a T-shirt. Choose to get a T-shirt for free.
Okay.
With that as a bonus,
All
or
right.
you can get a cigar.
A cigar holder.
Cigar.
Okay.
Yes. Now,
Well-
very special people who want to buy a box of our Ultimate CEOs, you can get this mug for free. This very beautiful mug for free, Ultimate CEO, and we will monogram that specifically for you. Yeah. So what you got?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
What you got? What you got, Leo?
Okay, now my cigars are Leon Cersei All Pro Series cigars, but that's not the only cigar in there. There's also a business partner, Howard Gums, who's probably watching the show right now, and I said your name right, Howard. All right, I say his name right. So not only the Leon Cersei All Pro Series cigars are in there, there's the Black Moses and the Magic Stick. All right, you ride with that how you want to ride with it, but it's called the Magic Stick. But here's the thing: if you come in here tomorrow and you buy 3 cigars, either the All Pro, the Black Moses, or the Magic Stick, you're going to get you're going to get my book, Fourth Down the Dam, a Lima Store, which was number 1 on Amazon Hot New Releases. You're going to get a free autographed signing of my book and personalized for every 3 cigars you purchase.
Every 3 cigars.
Every 3 cigars. you
Very
get.
good. Very good. And you know what? That is a value. If you have not read the Leon Cersei book, I have. It is a wonderful book, wonderful journey for him. I learned a lot that I didn't know. I learned a lot that I assumed that I might have known. But
Scandalous. Oh, no, that Prince song, Scandalous.
pump, get it, get it. Get it, get it.
But no, it's a good book. You know, it's my autobiography. It's my life and times growing up, high school, college, my times in the NFL, my life after football. You know, right now I'm in the process of actually doing my audiobooks. I'm doing my audiobooks at the end of this month or early February. So those who don't like to read, you'll be able to listen to the audiobooks. So my co-author, Michael Brodsky, he's going to read it verbatim. And I'm going to give my monologue. So what you're going to get in my monologues, you're going to get not only the stories in the book, but you're going to get stories that weren't in the book. So I think even the stories that aren't in the book are probably even more intriguing than the ones that are in the book.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's excellent because you know a lot of times those live audiobooks will give you that journey, like almost like you're living right through it. You know, so
Well, I tell you what, I got the idea because I don't know if you ever read the book Undisputed by Mike Tyson. It's an outstanding book, but the audiobooks has nothing. The audiobooks is even more riveting than the actual book because Mike Tyson actually tells stories that's not in the book. So I kind of bit off of Mike Tyson in a sense because I know the book as engaging as the book is, I know that other stories that I may tell that are not in the book may be that more intriguing.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I think I need to turn this around. That's what my partner is telling me. But that's excellent, Leon. So we're so excited for you to have that available to us and available to the public for tomorrow. So come out and join us tomorrow evening for Cigars for Truth. You know, I shouldn't have to tell people how much support we should give our troops. To me, it's a no-brainer. You know, it's a no-brainer. If you're available to come out, come out. If not, you can come up at any time. We will have the box available in the humidor that you can still donate cigars for. So we will be very, very, very pleased if you will come help us and join us on that effort.
Well, not only that, I mean, if you can't make it to the event tomorrow for Cigars of Truth, where everybody should be, if you go to our website, my business partner, howardgcigars.com, and if you buy 3 cigars, and you can post it that you buy 3 cigars,
Okay.
I'll still send you a book, autographed book, and signed and personalized.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
And I'll include shipping and handling.
Sounds very good. Very, very good. I want to be just like you when I grow up.
You're already there.
I'm already there. We want to also mention that on February the 4th through the 6th, 5th through the 6th, 5th through the 7th, February, first weekend of February, Smoking Score Live will be live on location at the Super Bowl. Not in the Super Bowl. Let's get together now. I don't want nobody to think we're going to be in the Super Bowl. I might perform a little halftime show. I don't know. I might do a little halftime. Maybe I can do a little halftime CEO show. You think?
Ow.
I might wear that Janet Jackson outfit if it's a malfunction.
All right, listen, I'm already looking across the room. That's a no go.
That's a negative. Negative. But Smoking Score Live, so please look out for information on that. We will be posting updates for. We're very excited about doing that. So we will be at 3 locations on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings for our Smoking Score Live broadcast. Leon will be doing his individual broadcast earlier in the day, all those 3 days, but we will also be having our Smoking Score Live broadcast, and we'll have some amazing guests, NFL players, things going on. So it's going to be an exciting Stone Cold Blade. Right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Good. Okay. So at any rate, is there anything else announcement-wise that we need to handle before we move?
We always start the podcast and we talk about our blends and our brand.
Yes.
And we had a production meeting, so to say, before the show, where we actually I just wanted to talk about how sincere and how focused we are about being cigar entrepreneurs. Because I don't want people that watch the show think this is a novelty. We're in the business of cigars.
We are fully vested.
So we put a lot of energy and effort and money into this.
Yes.
So I want people to understand that initially when I started smoking cigars, it was a novelty. I actually ran into my distributor at a Miami Hurricane game, at a tailgate. He gave me a cigar and I started smoking it. And I never smoked cigars because I'm a newbie. I've only been in this business smoking cigars about 7 years. So he gave me the cigar. I started smoking it. Then it became recreational to me. And then about 3 years ago, he came up to me and he said, his name is Alex, by the way, who's my distributor. And he said, Leon, you need to start your own cigar. I didn't want the cigar to be just a cigar where, someone gives me a stick and puts a label on it with my name on it. What he did is that he made me understand the business of cigars, the leaves, the blends, the binders, the difference between the Maduros and Connecticut's and all that kind of stuff, the dark and the light leaves. So I thank Alex for helping me get into the business of cigars because I'm passionate about cigars, and that's why I'm in the business of it.
Yeah. Well, I can identify with that totally, Leon, because what we decided to do was Antonin Fields, my business partner, and myself, because of the cigar culture and how him and I met, kind of our same love for cigars, and how you and I met, Leon, just sitting, smoking a cigar in a lounge, our favorite lounge, just sitting, having camaraderie, conversation, and just having some positive enlightenment about so many different things. And so cigar culture has been pivotal for us, and just making sure we share that with the public, not just with the local public, but nationwide, everywhere we travel, everywhere we go, just making sure that people know how serious and how passionate we are about the blends, because It's a lot of work that goes into this.
Yeah.
What I did was I researched the history. When I decided about 2 years ago I wanted to go into this venture, I went into the blending of the culture from seed to leaf. We're talking about from the manufacturers in Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, everywhere that they blend cigars, there is a process. And these people take it seriously. And there are a lot of people that depend on this income of which to live. These things that we enjoy, when we get it, we see the leaf, oh, it's great, oh, it's smooth. But if you think about the process of which people took the time to blend this product, it is quite amazing. We have a mentor of ours by the name of Nick Perdomo. I know you know him. I'm going to name drop.
No problem. I got you.
He's a great friend of CEO. And he has just taught us so much about what they went through. Him and Fuente and just so many different manufacturers of which to bring us this very fine product.
Well, the one thing that I had to get accustomed to is the maturation process of it. Because, initially when I started in the business, I just thought that the cigars were already made. I didn't understand the effort or the time that you have to let the leaves dry, and you got the mixture of the different blends and how you want to smoke it, and then the aging process.
Yes.
Because, I call my business partner because, I have a cigar budget. And I was like, hey, listen, I need my sticks. He said, bro, your cigars have got to age. Because if they don't age, they're going to unravel. They're going to unravel. And the one thing I understand about this business is that you don't ever want to have a bad cigar.
You don't.
You want the person, whoever purchased your cigar, to have that same experience day in and day out when they buy your cigar. So I had to understand the maturation process, the aging process, the leaves, the binders, the blends, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm an infant as far as a business owner, but I'm understanding the process of it now because it's a big business.
It is.
And it's not how you run the race; it's how you finish the race.
It is. It's a journey, and you know what? Cigars, as they travel to us, they make the cigars overseas. But what happens is the cigar will expand as it travels. So there's a process of which that leaf has to be rolled a certain way and aged, and they have to do draw testing. All these different things to make sure that cigar is a great and very flavorful product. And
it has to burn evenly too.
Absolutely.
It has to burn evenly. It has to burn evenly.
Absolutely. And you notice you make it a cigar, and sometimes it'll go up on you or unravel. That may not have been a well-rolled cigar. It may have been the way that you lit it or you cut it, but it could have been just not a finely rolled cigar. And so all that matters. And we deal with a very wonderful manufacturer out of Honduras. He's based in South Florida, and we're very appreciative of what he's done for us to make sure that we have a good product. So we're all about it. We're all about the process. We're not just about the result to put out cigars because it's not a popularity contest for us. Trust me, I can do a whole lot of things to be popular other than invest in cigars. But it's the love of this leaf. It's the love of what people do to create this leaf that makes CEOs want to be involved in this process of cigars. So we're so excited to bring CEO cigars to the public. We're excited to bring Leon Cersei cigars to the public. And what we're also excited about, because Smoke and Score is all about community, entrepreneurism, and what people are doing to make this world. That sounds a little cliche, but this world a better place. We believe in that. And we're so glad to have Dr. Wesley Mills with us on this evening. Dr. Mills, thank you for coming on board.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I know we've been doing a whole lot of talking about these cigars, right?
Listen, I love listening to it. So.
Very good, very good. So we're so excited to have you on board. And where we would just like to start is wherever you want to begin. It could be from the end to the beginning to the end. Wherever you feel like you want to start to just tell us the story of how you begin. Because Dr. Mills is a family practice and that physician that specializes in sports medicine. So that is very interesting for us, and it falls in line to the Smoke and Score and what we're talking about here. So tell us what gave you the interest in being that type of physician.
So basically kind of what happened is, you guys, when I was probably like 7, 8, I thought I wanted to be an architect.
Wow.
Yeah, then I figured I couldn't draw, so I figured that was a problem. That was first the problem. But we started studying the human body, probably was like 10 or 11, and I loved it. And I figured out I think I want to be a doctor. And from that point on, that was my focus. So went through high school. I actually got accepted to a 6-year medical school program out of high school. but my mom talked me out of it. She said, you don't need to be a Doogie Howser. So I ended up going to undergrad in medical school at the University of Missouri, Columbia, or Mizzou, which is now one of the SEC schools. Great experience, had a great time, plays, all that kind of stuff. Had a great time in undergrad in med school. After that, came to Jacksonville, Florida, do my residency at St. Vincent's, which was excellent. And after that, yeah, me too. Had a great program. Then I left and went to Mayo, which was here, and did my sports medicine fellowship. And after that, I just fell in love with Jacksonville. I was like, I'm just going to stay.
Okay.
So I went to practice with another physician for a couple years because my end goal was to own my own practice, but I knew I didn't know how to do that at the very beginning. So I needed to work with somebody for a little while to kind of figure out how you run a practice, like how many staff members you need, how many rooms you need, all the little intricacy stuff that you don't really learn the business of running a practice. So did that, and then after about 3.5 years, I was like, I'm ready. So that's when I opened my own office. And at the time, it was under the guys at First Coast Primary Care, which was part of St. Vincent's Network, but it wasn't called St. Vincent's Primary Care at the time. And 12 years later, it's been wonderful. Best thing I could have ever done.
Now let me ask you a question about. Now I know where it sounds like you were self-motivated in becoming a doctor from the very early age. Now, as you went along, as the process through middle school, high school, and eventually college, did you have a mentor or someone that you kind of learned off of that kind of showed you the ropes on what you needed to be and what you wanted to become?
Always, Leon. From the beginning, like when I was in high school, I used to talk to the doctors in my city because I'm from the Kansas City area. So I used to talk to them all the time and just get ideas from them. And that's one of the reasons I didn't end up doing that 6-year program because they were like, just go to undergrad, do your 4-year degree, and then go to medical school. No huge rush. But when you're like 16, 17, 2 extra years seemed like a huge time. So decided to just go to the 8-year program like they were telling me. And then when I got here, I just hooked up with a lot of doctors around the town. Dr. Cody, Dr. Perry, just a lot of local doctors who just helped mentor me throughout the way, and still mentor me these days. Dr. Jones, just a lot of doctors in the area that that I look up to, and they're my colleagues. But I was a young physician and still fairly young with that, and they just always helped to mentor me and just help kind of guide me. And they're the main reason I'm part of the group I'm in now is because of those guys.
Well, I heard you just mentioned some heavy hitters. Oh my goodness, Dr. Jones, he's like the first heart surgeon, correct?
Yeah, transplant guy. Yeah, that's my guy right there.
Yeah. Dr. Perry, a lot of these physicians. So you were actually on some great leadership.
A great mentor.
Yeah, great mentors. Very good. So, sports medicine. Take us into that journey of Jacksonville, Florida, dealing with the sports medicine area or specialty. What is that?
So sports medicine, and Leon would know this very well, just from what he's done. So I do sports medicine. So I'm a primary care and sports medicine doc. So I do non-operative ortho. So just like you would see like any of the doctors on the sideline of the game, I'm not an orthopedic surgeon. So I don't actually do surgery, but I would diagnose. So you come in with your shoulder hurts. We'd examine you and I figure out your rotator cuff. And if I can't do procedures, so I do procedures like injections and things, but if I think you've torn your rotator cuff or you torn your ACL, and I think you need to have surgery, I'd send you one of my partners who's an orthopedic surgeon. So I do non-operative orthopedics. But I'd be one of the doctors on the sideline of any kind of athletic, football game, basketball game, track meet, whatever. So that's exactly what I do. It's non-operative orthopedics.
And I gotta admit now, when I played about 25, 30 years ago, I always felt like recovery was somehow a sign of weakness. For real, because you gotta understand when you're a football player, you're diagnosed to not feel pain, to supersede pain. And anytime you admit that you're in pain, I looked upon it. It dawned upon me that was a sign of weakness. But nowadays, recovery is just as important as strength and conditioning is.
Definitely.
Tell me some of the avenues and some of the things that professional athletes should do after they play sports to kind of get their body recovered so they can be able to play, the next week.
You guys take so much, just wear and tear on your bodies all the time. I mean, people don't really understand that. I mean, you could be 35 and play, professional football and have the body of a 55-year-old just because of all the wear and tear. People don't really understand that. But the main thing is you've got to get ample rest. You got to make sure you're eating well, the proper nutrition. You got to make sure you're still working out and exercising. But rest is huge, and diet is huge, and that's why you can see people like Tom Brady playing, in the NFL in their 40s, or LeBron playing at an elite level at his mid 30s, which you never saw people doing this before. But it's all because of nutrition. And just the new, not necessarily new technology, but just knowing how to really take care of your body these days, and that so it can prolong your career.
Well, I know there's a lot of players that play in the league that they meditate. They have spiritual balance.
Yep.
I mean, and that was unheard of when I was playing.
Right.
But you hear the guys like Tom Brady, you hear the guys like Aaron Rodgers. When I hear them talk about their recovery, not only do they talk about the stuff that they do for their body wise, but they also talk about things spiritually and mentally that they facilitate with their program that helps them supercharge them for the season.
That's definitely true. There's no underestimating, if you're not mentally engaged and you're not, focused, it doesn't matter how well your body's in tune. That's a huge part of everything, especially you guys knowing that with sports or anything we do. Mm-hmm. If you're not, if you're not mentally there, just fully engaged and just sharp, it doesn't matter what your body's ready to do.
So what's a proactive approach? I heard you talk about what you and Leon were discussing about reactive approach. But what's some of the proactive things that, even if you're not necessarily an athlete, but someone that wants to be healthy or in shape, that we can do, whether it's mentally, physically, the way we eat? What are some of the things that you can give us, some tidbits?
I mean, it's basically the same thing, guys. I mean, the key is really, I implore everybody to make sure that you go see your doctor at least once a year, just to see, because a lot of these things you feel fine, but you don't know necessarily if you have your blood pressure through the roof unless you check it. Mm-hmm. You don't know if your cholesterol is at the risk that you can get a heart attack unless you get it checked. You don't know if your blood sugars are really elevated until it's so high you start having problems. So definitely go see your doctor so they can listen to your heart, lungs, get labs on you, make sure that you're doing fine with that. But then you got to make sure you're eating properly. A well-balanced diet. You got to exercise regularly. And people just underestimate how much exercise really helps, because it helps you not only from a physical standpoint with your blood sugars, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, but from a mental standpoint, because when you exercise, it releases all these endorphins, catecholamines. Just makes you feel much better from a mental health standpoint on top of that. So you have to do all these things, because it's the same thing for the professional athletes, but that's their job, so they have to do it full time. But for all of us, if we do all these things on a regular basis, even if you work out 30 minutes a day, if you do it every day, it pays huge dividends. Huge dividends.
Now what would be your PSA to our people? I'm talking about us black people.
I know what you're saying.
All right, because ours people, as my partner would say, we don't like going to the doctor, because the reason why we don't like going to the doctor is because we say, if we don't know, we'll never find out.
That's true.
So I think that's the wrong mindset to think, because most of us say to ourselves that we don't want to go to the doctor because we don't want to find out, what health issues are. That's a distortion of thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a horrible mindset, because what the truth about the matter is, if we find these things early, a lot of these things don't end up being major problems. If you get your colonoscopy when you should, we can, they can take out that polyp, which may become a cancerous later on if you didn't have it done. So, the problem is we just wait until it's a major problem. By the time you go to the doctor, then we say, oh man, this thing is spread and it's done all these things. And if we'd done this 10 years ago, you'd probably be fine. So there's a thing called primary prevention, which is truly what it is, primary prevention. Just like if at your house, if you get your AC unit looked at every year or every 6 months, it's much likely that it's going to run much longer than if you wait till it starts making noise. So it's the same thing, or your car. It's the same thing. If you do regular maintenance on your car, get your oil changed, your tires rotated, there's no reason you shouldn't do that with your body, which is even more important. So you're exactly right. You've got to take care of your body, and that, if I don't know, it doesn't matter. If I don't know, it won't hurt me. It's not true. Because you have to do these things. Get your if you're a female, get your mammograms, get your bone density scans. If you're a male, get your prostate, your PSA exams, get your colonoscopies. If you're male or female, all these things that you need to do yearly. And you don't have to keep up with it. The main thing is just make sure you go see your doctor at least once a year, and that's their job, to make sure that you're doing everything you need to be doing.
You're so right, Dr. Mills, because I think a lot of times we have taken a lot of things with our health for granted, and I really hate to put it out there and mention this, but I got to throw in your C word, okay? COVID-19 is the white elephant in the room, so let's go ahead and talk about it. a lot of people have been in so much fear, and we got the vaccine now that is out, and I want you to speak to that because I know you have firsthand experience about that. However, what are some of the things that you have seen in your practice? Have you seen quite an increase or a change in the way people are reacting to COVID-19 in your practice? Have you seen any changes?
You know, the problem with COVID is it's become so politicized, and that was part of the problem. Like, you know, if you're on, you know, if you're, some people feel like, you know, if you're on one party that you don't need to wear a mask, you don't need to do this. And my whole point, and all the, you know, from the majority of the medical profession is, this is a public health issue. It's not a political issue. It has nothing to do whether if you're in a red state, a blue state, you're Republican, you're Democrat, you're independent. COVID's killing everybody. It's causing major issues for people, you know, whether it be, you know, killing people or putting people in the hospital and causing long-term issues. So, you know, the thing is, if we just did you know, to bring it back, if from the beginning we did the things that we needed to do, social distance, hand sanitize, wear masks, we'd probably be in a whole different state of where we are now. But again, we can't go back in time.
Right.
So we are where we are, and at this point, I tell everybody the vaccine is the only thing that's going to get us out of this at this point, because we're, you know, the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
So at this point, the vaccine is the best thing we have going to get us back to any sense of normalcy. The problem is, you know, in our communities, and I get it, there's a distrust of the government, of things that happen to us, you know, with, you know, the Tuskegee experiment. So I completely understand. But I try to tell everybody, listen, if all the doctors you know, if any people you know and all the doctors you know are getting vaccinated and they know the most about these things, you might want to get vaccinated. On top of that, there's no incentive for the government or anyone else to, you know, for the economy to do well, to recover. We need people to be healthy, to be able to go shop, to be able to go travel. So there's no incentive for anyone for this not to go well. But the vaccine, you know, people are really afraid of the vaccine, you guys. And I tell everybody, and I understand that because it came out really quickly, but there's a couple of reasons it came out quickly. But to backtrack, even taking that back, the main problem is, you know, we're worried about what the COVID vaccine can do to you, but we know what COVID is doing to everybody. I mean, you know, 300,000 plus deaths, tons of, and everyone worries about the deaths. And because I'll have people, because, you know, I like to post things and tell people, like, listen, I got my vaccine, it's safe, you go do yours. And people say, well, there's a 99% survival rate, which is true. But if you've known any of that 1% who died, then that 1% makes a difference. If that's been a family member, a close friend, that 1% makes a difference. And what we don't focus on is what we call, that's the mortality rate. That's the number of people who die. We don't really talk about what we call the morbidity rate, which means the people who have long-term issues after they had COVID. So now they have long-term lung issues, or there's an issue with their with their kidneys or their heart or other issues that they have post-COVID. So that's a major issue. But, you know, back to the vaccine though, you guys, the reason it came out so quickly is a few issues. There are a few factors. One of them is that the government basically, you know, gave a lot of support to this thing. So things that normally take a long time, if you have enough, you know, support, enough funding, you can expedite it. On top of that, this mRNA, you know, the mRNA vaccinations, that technology is not new. They just haven't used it before for something like this. So they've been dealing with it. They've been trying to use it for, like, you know, Ebola and other things before, but they didn't. You got to think about it, you guys. The pharmaceutical companies, they want to make profit. Vaccinations aren't as profitable as when you develop other drugs. Because what happens is this, say you develop a vaccine and it doesn't really need to be widely used, why are they going to do it? Because they're going to lose money, because you spend tons of money on research and development. Well, the reason this happened so quickly is because the government gave a lot of money and funding. They cut a lot of red tape, which is another reason why it went through so quickly. Yeah, and they just gave them a lot of resources. So they told these companies basically, like, you know, we will buy the vaccination from you. So there was no real financial, you know, they didn't have to worry about it from a financial standpoint. So there was no incentive. They weren't de-incentivized not to do it. So it made sense for them to do it. So that's the reason why it went through so quickly. But it's not new technology.
Okay.
It's just new for COVID.
That's interesting.
That makes
Interesting
sense.
perspective. It truly is. Speaking of the fact that you just mentioned that you have also taken the vaccine, What was your experience? Do you mind sharing
Oh,
your
not at all.
experience with that? How did-
So the first vaccination I got about 3.5 weeks ago, I had a little soreness at the injection site, just like you would have got a flu shot or a tetanus shot. And then the second day, I had a mild headache for maybe 2 hours. I took a Tylenol, it was done. That was it. And then the second vaccination, which I had on Monday, I had a little soreness at the injection site for a day. That was it. No headache, no fever, no chills, no body aches, nothing. So I was completely fine.
Have you heard from any of your colleagues that have taken the vaccine? What experience they've had? Same
Very
way?
similar. I mean, a couple of people might have had a little headache, but it was very mild. They had soreness at the injection site, which is expected, but no major. You know, I read something earlier today, you guys, and they've given out probably about 6 million vaccinations, and they've had like a handful of people who've had major allergic reactions, what we call anaphylactic reactions. So it's been very minimal. Of course, you'll look on Facebook or on social media, and you'll see the one person who had a horrible reaction, and you'll think, well, this happened to everybody. Or the one person who had Bell's palsy, you think everybody who gets this vaccine gets Bell's palsy. But you guys, these numbers are very, very minimal, and so. I mean, this thing appears to be very, very safe, and it's very, very effective. It's like 94 to 95% effective. So I tell everybody, at least do your research. I don't want to tell anybody you have to get it, obviously. But I told my mom, as soon as it's available for her, my mom's in the Kansas City area, get it. I tell all my family members, my friends, whenever it's available for you guys, get it. Because, you know, we all want to travel. We all want to do family reunions again. We want to go to concerts. And until people are vaccinated, it's going to be hard to do that.
Well, I appreciate your perspective on that because you said some things and like me on some things that I didn't realize about the vaccine. And I don't think it's a secret. I've told so many people and shared with so many that my mom is a breast cancer survivor. And she's been like kind of on shutdown, like total shutdown because of her white blood cell count being so low and she just can catch some of anything. So she's not safe for her, but she wants to give to society. She wants to do things. She's a thriving person. She's not a homebody, but she's been a homebody. And a lot of that can speak to and go into like depression and different things of that nature. So I feel bad about that for her. So I don't know. I've been looking into it to advise her on possibly.
Especially being immunocompromised like your mom. Listen, she should definitely consider it. You know, talk to her oncologist, but I'm sure they're gonna tell her get it because again, the vaccination. Okay, just to put it in perspective, guys, the flu vaccine, which we tell everyone to get, is probably 40 to 60% effective. This thing is 95% effective. So it's a huge difference even from the flu vaccination, which we tell everyone to get. So there's a couple things about the vaccination. We know at this point, if you get the COVID vaccination, 95% of the time you won't get sick. We're just not sure if 95% of the time you won't get infected with it and just be asymptomatic. We're not sure about that yet. There's some things that are still trying to study. But we know at least 95% of the time, if your mom got it, she wouldn't get sick. And if she did get sick, it'd be very mild. Which is
because
huge.
she believes in the flu shot. I mean, she gets her flu shot without fail.
Exactly.
We have a few people chiming in, Leon.
Okay, all right.
It's going great. We got a bunch of people saying, "Hey,
I'm
they're appreciating you, Doc."
I appreciate you, guys. I'm gonna be the. Thanks, partner.
The angel have
only reason why, my only concern with the vaccine is that I'm concerned that the vaccine may be federally mandated, where I think the last time a shot or vaccine was federally mandated might have been polio back in the 1920s. And I mean, I don't know if this virus is comparable to something like that, but I know I'm concerned that is there anything. Because I want to understand the nature of the virus. Is the virus airborne or is it internalized where it excretes from your body, or is it something that's airborne? I mean, is there anything that you can do naturally to keep your body immune from the virus that wouldn't require you having to take a vaccination to keep it from coming into your body?
So the problem with this virus, you guys, is it's very contagious. It's probably about 2.5 times more contagious than influenza. And there's really nothing you can do to prevent it. I mean, you can, obviously, the healthier you are, Leon, the better chance you are of, if you get, because you don't necessarily prevent yourself from getting it, but you might prevent yourself from getting sick from it. So you could be asymptomatic. The problem with being asymptomatic, guys, which is even more worrisome, is because you don't even know you're sick. So unless you're getting tested regularly like you're in the NBA or NFL, you know, if you're not symptomatic, why would you go get tested typically? So you could be running around and seeing everybody because you feel fine. And you're not running a fever, you don't have any body aches, but you are a symptomatic carrier and you're spreading the virus around. So that's one of the problems, because the healthier you are, the less symptoms typically you're going to have. So that's why I tell you the vaccination is very important, just to help diminish those possibilities. Again, we don't know everything about how long the vaccine is going to be effective for. There's a lot of things that we don't know, but we do know it's 95% effective, which is very, very important.
Yeah, and the only reason why I say that, Doc, is because about 10 years ago I took the flu shot and I got sick as a dog, and I've never taken the flu shot ever since, and I've been fine.
Some people, though,
So I mean, different people have different reactions to
be
that.
isolated, yeah.
And I tell people though, the flu shot is not even a live virus. So you get the flu shot, and so it doesn't give you the flu, but you can't have, you can't get soreness. You can get body aches and fever, but that's from any vaccination, even the ones we all get as a child. So but again though, I go back to Leon again, the flu shot's probably 40 to 60% effective, and this thing is probably about 95% effective. And COVID is so much more, I mean, again, people die from influenza every year, but not like the levels that people are dying from COVID. It's just not as contagious, it's not as easily spread. Plus, just to kind of go back on, it's a different type of virus, and what we say about these mRNA viruses, I'm going to tell y'all real quickly how it works is, so typically when you get a vaccination, either you get a live virus, which is like the chickenpox virus or the shingles virus, and it gives you a little bit of the virus, and what happens is your body, you get injected with the virus, your body forms antibodies against it, because it feels like, oh man, we're getting this foreign object in my body, and it forms an antibody against it. So next time you are exposed to it, those antibodies go to fight the infection, and you shouldn't get sick. So that's what happens. The difference with the mRNA viruses is, so people are always worried, like, if I get this vaccination, it's going to change my genetic makeup. Okay, it's not your DNA. DNA controls your genetic makeup. This is an mRNA virus. So RNA basically gives your cells the instructions on what to do. So if you think about it if you look at it like a house, so the house is the blueprint, right? So DNA is the blueprint for your body. So the RNA or the mRNA basically is like the contractor that goes and tells the body what to do. So what happens is, you guys, they looked at the COVID vaccine, they looked at the COVID virus or the SARS-CoV-2, and they looked at they looked to see what was infecting people, and it's what we call the spike protein. So when y'all see that the virus, it's like a ball and there's little spikes on it. The spike protein is what's causing the problem. So what they did was, because we have so much technology now, they looked at that spike protein and they sequenced it. And from that sequence, that's where the vaccination comes from, you guys. So what happens is, when you get injected with a vaccine, they're injecting that sequence. So you get that sequence into your body says, wait a second, this is foreign. But first what happens is, so you get that, they inject the vaccination into your body starts to actually, because it tells your cells what to do. And the instructions are, form those spike proteins. So your body starts to make these spike proteins. And then once your body makes these spike proteins, your body says, wait a second, that's foreign. And then it starts to form its own antibodies. What that does is, by the time you get exposed to it again, you have your own antibodies, and so you shouldn't really get sick from it. That's kind of how it works. And these spike proteins, and after your body gets the spike proteins, they get, the body engulfs them, and then it's gone. So it doesn't do anything to your DNA. So that's kind of how the whole vaccine works.
Okay, that's interesting. You know what? We have people chiming in. You are giving some good knowledge. You're like, thank you. We've never heard that from a medical professional standpoint. So thank you for doing that. That's really, really good. Sharon, my friend Sharon, she's my best friend. She wants to know what's in that blue drink.
Oh.
Tell her mind the business.
Right. I probably shouldn't be sipping on this.
Sharon, the doc said, mind your business.
It's for grown folks. That's
Blue
what it is.
Hawaiian punch.
Hey, it's blue vaccine.
Right, exactly.
Well, again, just for a pause, we want to also remind people to log on now on Facebook. You can log on to Smoke and Score podcast live with Leon and Tracy. And then on Instagram, Smoke and Score Live. You can watch us here every other Thursday here at Island Grove Gate Parkway. If you can't be here live, which we would love for you to, because we have a great time here. But you can also log on our Facebook, as well as my friend Sharon said, okay, I'll mind my business. As well as you can log on to Smoke and Score Live on Instagram. And we want to ask you, how can people get in touch with you? You've given us so much great information. How can people get in touch with you, whether your email address, Facebook, or how do they get in touch with you?
You know what, Trace? What I'll do, I'm on Facebook, so they can, they can talk to me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, and so I like to post these things so if people have questions, because again, I don't necessarily want to change anyone's mind. I want to give people information so they can make their own informed decisions.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm not trying to strong arm anyone into getting the vaccination or anything, but I just want to let you know because a lot of times we make decisions based on inaccurate information.
Right.
So then once you have the information, you're like, let me think about that. That's a little bit different. I didn't realize that's how it worked, or I didn't realize this is new technology. It was just all focused towards COVID now. So, but definitely reach out to me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. All my information is on the card I gave you.
Okay,
So they can
great.
reach me on any of those platforms. I'm happy always to converse with anybody who has any questions.
We appreciate that, Dr. Mills, and we will again reattach the card to our thread on the Smoke and Score Live Facebook page and on Instagram, so you all will have that available to you. This has been good. I mean, not just from a COVID standpoint, but from a therapist, because I consider you a therapist. You have to, because you know what, as Leon mentioned, the mind and body is greatly connected.
Yes.
People don't get into that a lot, I feel, because I came from a psychology background, Phil, and people don't realize how that mind and body connection has to do with how you will perform.
That is very true.
Not just perform physically, but mentally, and just how you move about in everyday life.
Yep.
So that's important.
Hey, Leon, I'll tell you, that's why we have people who are like psychologists who are specifically for that. Yeah, sports psychologists, and that's all they do is, talk to athletes and try to get them to perform just from a mental standpoint, not just your trainers, but like a sports psychologist. So hey, there's no you can't even underscore how much it's important for to be on top of your game mentally.
All right. So now moving right along to the other part of what we have going on. How about the sports and what's going on? First of all, let's talk about the Jaguar coach. Let's talk about it, Leon.
We talking about
Urban. What his name?
well, I'm gonna call him UM. All right, it's his name, UM, baby. UM is coming to town. That's right, UM is coming to town. Urban Meyer, UM,
You
baby.
can't go there. You can't go
I
there.
gotta go there.
You cannot.
No, being a hurricane, I got UM's in town, baby. UM is in
I'll drink
town.
to that.
UM is town. Urban Meyer. It was just made official, maybe. My good friend Gary came to me about 30 minutes ago before we started the show, and that Urban Meyer is officially the Jacksonville Jaguars' new head coach. All right? They finalized the deal tonight. More than likely tomorrow he's going to have a press conference. He's going to stand before the media. And the owner, Shad Khan, is going to introduce him as the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm excited. Listen, last year was abysmal, losing 15 games in a row. This is my message to Jacksonville Jaguar fans. A lot of fans, it's about 70-30 when it comes to bringing Urban Meyer, because a lot of fans are saying, we don't need a college coach. He did that in college. Listen, I just want a winner. I want a guy who's had success at some particular level. And Urban Meyer, throughout his tenure in college football, he's won 3 national championships. Wherever he's gone, whether it's been Bowling Green, whether it's been Utah, whether it's been the University of Florida, whether it's been Ohio State, the man has won football games. So he's won 3 national championships. He has a pedigree of winning, and that's what the culture here in Jacksonville has to change. It has to change. Over the last 2 decades, the Jaguars they've been the bottom feeders of the NFL. In 20 years, since I left in 2000, the Jaguars have only had 3 winning seasons. They've only been to the playoffs 3 times. We've had 3 winning seasons in 20 years, and that's just not good enough. And the bar should be set high. I'm setting the bar high. Urban Meyer is coming here. I hope he's going to change the culture. I hope he's going to keep players accountable. I hope he's going to make players uncomfortable. I hope he's going to create a tradition here in Jacksonville that we haven't had since the late 90s, where we won playoff game after playoff game after playoff game. I'm excited about it. And we got the first pick overall, 99.9, no, hell with that. 100%, we're taking Trevor Lawrence, first pick overall. We got $80 million under the cap. We got 6 of the first 65 players in the draft. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what he's going to bring to the table, how he's going to hold the players accountable, how he's going to bring a winning culture, and how he's going to make the players very uncomfortable here in Jacksonville. So I'm elated by the signing. I think he's going to bring some winning tradition back in Jacksonville, and I think the Jaguar fans have a reason to be excited again. Bring good back to Jack. That's my saying. I'm going to coin that for it. That's going to be my T-shirt. Good is back in Jack.
But Leon, as my grandmother would so wonderfully put it,
Eloquently say.
Auspiciously say, she live in the show me state.
That's where I'm from. My Chiefs, go Chiefs.
Okay.
Go Chiefs. But anyway, go Jags too. Go Jags too.
Listen, Trace, I totally agree with what you're saying. But you can't show in January.
That's true.
You can't show in January.
But you can show.
You can't show in January. Let him do his due diligence. Let him get rid of about 50% of the roster that don't even belong on the team. Let him.
Show me state, but that's
Exactly.
Show me state.
50% of the roster that's on the team right now are going to get their walking papers, which they should. All right. When you go in 115, your job is not safe. All right. So 50% of the roster is going to be gone. He's going to go into free agency,
Okay.
and more than likely, I hope with the general manager and with the ownership, they get quality free agents. Do you know? I don't know if you know this part, that Shad Khan over the his 8-year tenure in Jacksonville has spent over $1 billion on free agents. He spent over $1 billion on free agents, and he's got one playoff appearance for it. That is the worst ROI, return on investment, ever.
That's tragic.
So I mean, he's got.
I'm a
They got.
business person. I'm an
Yes.
entrepreneur. That don't make dollars and cents to me.
That's like, listen. That's like you being in business, Tracy.
Right.
You got $1 billion.
Right.
You spend it on the company, and the company only gives you a rate of return of 100,000. That's what the Jaguars are. That's ridiculous.
But I would love to see Mr. UM or Mr. Urban Meyer.
UM baby.
UM baby. I would love to see him start also not just with that part of it. I would love to see him bring energy and pride back to the team. The pride from the top to the bottom. I mean, from the people who deal with the sports therapists, from the people who work in the stadium, from the people. I would love to see him bring back that excitement, not just physically but mentally.
Well, I tell people this all the time. When I was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers they had tiers. All right, you had ownership, you had the GM, you had the coaches, you had the players. He held when I was in Pittsburgh, they held everybody accountable, from the GM, the coach, the players, to the guy who folds your drawers and your towel. All right, if there wasn't a level of excellence involved, then you were gone. So I think Shad Khan has to have that kind of mentality. He's got to hold everybody accountable at each tier, and if they're not performing to task, then they need to go. And I want Urban Meyer to come here. I want him to make players uncomfortable. I don't want players to feel like there's a country club environment over there in Jacksonville. I want them to feel that their contract, their play, their performance is constantly under scrutiny. Absolutely. That's the only way you're going to be able to turn this. The only way you're going to turn this organization around is that you got to hold everybody accountable for their performance.
I think they need to take a piece or a script out of Phil Jackson's book. You ever read Phil Jackson's book? I forget the name of it, Leon. What was it?
Well, no, I never heard.
My favorite basketball coach, Mr. Phil Jackson. But they need to take because he talks a lot about that, about bringing the pride into the team mentally and physically, and how you bring pride into an organization. You know what I mean? It crosses the gamut when you talk about business, because it's a business. It's a franchise. It's a business. I have my friend Sharon Allen. She's a budgeting and finance and HR manager, and she says he needs a good finance manager.
Well, send in your resume.
Send in your resume, Sharon Allen. Send in your resume, baby. Sharon said he needs a good finance manager.
Now, there was one stipulation for Urban Meyer signed with the Jaguars as well, because Urban Meyer has played at Florida, he's played at Ohio State. He's telling Shad Khan that he needs a sports facility complex built while he's here.
Yeah.
So you're talking about an extra $50 to $60 million, and I understand why he wants a sports complex built because Jacksonville comparable to college programs is horrific. And when he's talking about the sports complex, he wants a complex where the weight room, recovery, track, field, indoor turf, all the essentials that's going to make sure that when you come to the Jaguars Stadium, it's going to be about ball. It's got to be about ball. Those guys got to eat, sleep, and drink ball. And that's what's going to turn. That's what's going to turn your organization around. You got to eat, sleep, ball, football. That's all they're on your mind. Not your girlfriend, not social media, not me tweeting, not me in the locker room taking selfies and all other foolishness. When you come to the facility, it's got to be about ball.
Seriously.
The hell with your girlfriend.
What is your perspective? Not just you can use your professional opinion. What's your perspective on this new change of the culture? What do you think would be if you could sit down with them and give them a dose of advice? What would you say?
Actually, I agree with Leon on this. I mean, it just has to be a change in culture because once you get used to losing, that infiltrates everything. Yeah, when you get used to losing, it infiltrates everything. So you've got to change the culture. And just like, sports it's just like everything else. Whether it be your office where you work at or, the business you're running as an entrepreneur. If you don't have if everyone's not on board, you're gonna have problems. So you have to have everybody from like you said, from the owner to the GM to the coach to all the players to all the other staff. I mean, everyone has to be on board about it. It's got to be about winning. You got to have a winning mentality. It's got to be a culture. I mean, you got to set the culture because otherwise, I mean, we deal with this just even with our doctors. I mean, it's all about culture. If the culture's not right, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, just like winning is contagious, so is losing.
Exactly.
Losing is contagious. And the Jaguar organization over the last 2 decades have been used to losing. We've got to get that mindset out of our mind. We've got to think more of winning. Because I tell you what, and Doc can attest to this. When I'm in the locker room when I was playing, I used to visualize myself making plays, blocking downfield, blocking my guy. I mean, so it's mental. I mean, listen, 90% of football, yes, it's a physical sport. You bang with it, but 90% of the game is played up here in your mind. So you've got to visualize. You've got to say to yourself. You've got to say in your mind that. Because I ain't gonna lie. When I used to walk when I used to go in the tunnel before I stepped on the field, I used to say I'm the baddest mofo on this planet. I used to say that.
Yeah, you
but
building yourself
I was
up.
building myself up
Yeah.
because I was preparing myself for greatness. So I mean, we've got to have that kind of mindset. And I hope day one, when they have that team meeting with Urban Meyer, where he sits down with all the players, I hope he sets the rules on what it's going to be a Jacksonville Jaguar. And I hope he's thorough, and I hope he's direct with it.
And you know what, Leon? Dr. Maya Angelou, this is a quote that I always, I live by. I've dealt with this quote in my everyday life. And she had a quote that said, sometimes people will remember what you said. They'll rarely remember what you did, but they never forget the way you made them feel. And I think it's all about a feeling too. Sometimes I think the team has gotten, a little low morale because of what has happened and what has gone on. The team, the business office, from the whole organization. And I think there needs to be a reorg of that feeling. And I think that he needs to, not think I feel like he really needs to put that feeling back in there, that positive feeling. Get it, pump it up.
Well, I know you're all about feelings,
I'm
but I want
nothing more than feelings.
I want him to put some foot in ass.
But you know
That's
what?
what I want, foot in ass.
But you know what? In order for somebody to want to do that, they got to do what first? They got to think about it.
Well, I got you.
They got to think about it. They got to
I
think
got
about it first.
You all.
They need a leader.
Yeah.
They need a leader.
Keep it feeling.
Feeling. Nothing more than feeling. Trying to forget mine.
If they play that song, in the team meeting, I'm gonna set that damn place afire. I'm gonna set the damn fire. They needed some Uncle Luke and some Luke in there.
That's that
Don't-
UM talking.
Don't stop, get it.
Listen, you can catch that on Leon, 4th Down and Down. But anyway, Leon. God, I tell you. But you know, we'll be looking forward to it. We Jacksonville all day, every day.
I'm
We
jacked.
Duval.
I'm jacked. I'm jacked.
We Duval. So hey, we'll see what happens. We stand behind him. You know what? It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And we'll be looking forward to bigger and better things for him. So he know he has the fire lit up under him. So I believe that he's gonna come out the gate running. I'm gonna think positive. That's how you should think positive.
Absolutely agree with you.
Positive. Have that positive. Have that positive. So moving right along, it is almost coming to the end. We've spent almost a little bit over an hour. We started a little bit late. We thank everybody for being again on our Smoking Score Live. We want to give so much thanks to our live studio audience that comes out and they're here in the background. They're having a marvelous time. I can hear all the conversations all in my headset. There's some interesting conversations going on in the background. Can you hear them, Japanese?
I can.
Yes, it's very distracting, but that's okay. We love you guys anyway. But and we also thank our social media presence and everybody that supported us. Don't forget to follow us. And we also look for sponsorships. Tonight I am adorning the beautiful Grown Ass Cigar Society out of Sarasota, Florida, Mr. Robert Brown. He is the, I think James J.T. Thomas is the CEO, but he is the founder of Grown Ass Cigar Society. And this is a beautiful Y-Bearer shirt that they have made for their group. Isn't it nice? I would
Very
stand up
nice.
and model, but I'm attached to this Dr. Mills, so I can't.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't hurt
Don't hurt myself. Don't hurt myself. I might hurt this equipment, and I'm already in debt. So we just want to thank our sponsor for this evening, but we also have sponsorships available. Hey, we're going to have a Super Bowl presence, so you don't want to miss out. Your business, your brand can be a sponsor for our Super Bowl weekend, so please inbox me, Tracy Irvin, Leon Cersei, or you can inbox us on Smoking Score Live Podcast with Leon and Tracy about information on our different sponsorship packages. You don't want to miss out because we're going to have a great audience and a great time. Right, Leon?
All day.
I'm going to keep Leon in line. I'm going to be a chaperone. I'm going to be the chaperone for the weekend. Who's going to be my chaperone?
Yeah, Leon like, nah, man. He's like, okay. He said, do your best.
I'll behave. I'll behave.
So this has been amazing. Dr. Mills, we cannot say enough how much we
Appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
It was very informative. You can go back and read the post. We had some amazing comments on the information that you gave. So that was a great perspective, and I learned something new as well. So we do appreciate you being here and taking the time out. And guess what, Leon? It is what?
And another one.
So again, thank you so much. Don't forget, everybody in the live audience, tip your wait staff because they've been so beautiful. Don't you agree? All right. And again, we thank you for coming on Smoking Score Live podcast with Leon and Tracy. And until Thursday after next, we will be here again with another wonderful guest, and you want to miss out. Who's our guest, Leon? I gotta say that.
You know better than me.
Johnny.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Johnny. Who's that?
Johnny from Sliders. Who that?
Oh, yeah,
Who
Johnny.
that?
My man Johnny for Sliders. That's what's up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Them oysters, that oyster shucker, master oyster shucker. So we're excited about having him. But anyway, y'all know I can go on and on and on. Love you guys. You all be safe, be blessed, be kind to yourselves and someone else. Thank you so much.
Yay, yay.
Good night.